Any one of you can reply.
Or visible, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir, it is visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in the group, I sent this link to download. So you can download clicking over here on 10. So and you can follow the same installation steps. Okay. So still, if anyone has faced any problem, I'll just repeat once again. So just check out with the installation because this procedure is important. So after that, all the codes you can execute it. So I sent this link. You can click over here and you can download that Python 3.10 version. And in this document, I have mentioned the installation procedures. Once you double click on it, these selections you have to do. Then this will be the third frame. Click on the first option and then Python 3.7 and install it. So once you are done with the installation, we have to install the required library packages. So in this requirement notepad, I have mentioned what all libraries are required. So to install the libraries, you can open the command prompt. You can go to the C drive. So command prompt, you can search in the search window. The path. So CD Python. So right now in my system, it is in C drive, Python 3.7, then CD scripts. So I'm into that part. Then you can type the command pip install you want to install. Okay. So still, if you are facing any problems, means you can coordinate later with me or with my team, so that we'll solve it. Okay. This is the method of installing all the packages. So all these packages one by one, you can complete the installation. So once that is done, you can run this first code, image open gray. This is the basic like introduction code. Normally, when we start up with any programming language, we type like so right now I opened it. To open the code, you have to right click on it. You'll get an option edit with idle. If you're not getting this option, then you have to go search in your search for idle. Then you'll get the software, open it and go to the file path where you are stored in your computer. So based on that, you can open it. Now to execute the code, here the tab buttons are there, run module, the code will get executed. Okay. So now we'll see the code execution outputs, everything. Okay. Right. So this is the code. So this code is related to image file something. So you can see like here I had saved some 2 images. So in the code method, I'm just opening the image. So, so you saw like that input image has been opened and again it is converted into grayscale. So first we'll understand the code part. Then I'll speak a little bit basics about the image and a grayscale, all those things. Okay. Since this is our first code, we'll see like how the Python codes are written in that. Right. So see, first part is the libraries. The method of writing Python codes is means what all the libraries or packages are required for our the specific project. We have to install all those libraries and you have to import all those libraries in your code. So the first library what you are finding here is import numpy as np. So numpy is a very basic library which deals with all the numerical and scientific activities and all. Means all the calculations are handled with the numpy library. So even in this PPT I mentioned that one. So numpy is an open source library with all the mathematical scientific activities and all. See, to do any activity, some calculations, all those things will be there. Everything will be supported with the NumPy library. So this is the basic library, but we didn't install that one. I gave the installation requirements, right? In that NumPy we didn't install. We straight away started off installing with the pandas. Pandas is one big library which is used for the data frame activities and all that we'll see in later examples. So when you install pandas is one big system library. Okay. So to work pandas on backend, it will install some other libraries which are required for it. So in that, even the NumPy will be installed. Okay. But directly we didn't install NumPy, but when we installed pandas, no. So on backend for pandas, NumPy is required. So what are the small packages are required for pandas? All those things it will install. Means what I want to explain it is when you installed OpenCV or something, right? So for OpenCV is developed with support of some other library packages. Okay. So when OpenCV you are installing it, it will see in your computer like till now what all packages are there. So with respect to those packages, any versions it has to upgrade or whatever things should happen, right? Or if the package is not present, the new package it will install automatically. Okay, so internet will connection is required, so all the installations will happen. So that's why we didn't install Numpy and all. We installed pandas there. Okay. So next is the CV2 import CV2. I think someone has to mute yourself. Okay. Right. So next here you're finding as import CV2. CV2 is for the OpenCV library package. Okay. So OpenCV is one of the standard library package related to image processing activities. All the image related activities are done with the OpenCV. Okay. So you may get to wonder like we started our discussing means our internship program is on ML and AI concepts and why I'm speaking about image, right? So as I told, ML and machine learning or AI means dealing with the data, right? So data collect part. One, you get the data through cameras, right? So that access your images and with your videos part. Video is nothing but again it's a bunch of image. Like all the medical things, lung related, you'll get the images. Means all the X-rays, CT scan, MRI scans, everything we get in the image formats, right? So your brain related images with all these scans. So what all the human organs you want to do, everything you'll get in the image format. Face recognition, if you want to do, you'll get an image format, right? So our data will be in a huge in the format of images. That is first type of data. Second type of data, we'll get it in the numbers and in the strings format that we can put up in the Excel. Like we'll see in our later sessions, we'll see the example of loan prediction. So loan prediction, the loan data like loan available or not, what is the details of the applicant who is applying for the loan, his parameters, all those things will be in the numbers or in the strings, right? That you can simply, a simple database we can consider as Excel, and all those things will be fed in the Excel. Okay, like air pollution related with respect to Karnataka, all the district air pollution parameters I want, all agriculture related soil parameters that you can consider in Excel. So that is the second type of data. Third one, speech processing I want to do. So your audio signals has to be cached, right? So that is the third type of data which we get basically through mics and all. So these are the different formats of data which we get inside the computer. So where you have to process that one with respect to the outputs what we need and all, right? So in that one of the prominent in our sessions we are not speaking anything with the audio. We'll be speaking with the images and with the Excel data format. So images, to work with the images, first we have to do simple steps of image processing. After that, only for that you can apply the machine learning and all. So first we have to handle that image, right? Because the data what we get, a lot of raw contents will be there in that. So the valid and invalid things and all we have to check it out. So same way we should learn some of the tools and libraries or algorithms methods to handle the images first. Then the next level is for getting that images and segregating in a right way. Later, we will enter into other parts like applying the different algorithms for machine learning or neural network. That is a different case. Okay. So as a beginning, I am starting few of my programs, few of my examples, handling with the images. Okay. Okay. So this is the first step of seeing how the images and all works with Python and all the libraries, everything. So in this one for image, the standard library is OpenCV. So there are other libraries also. Since Python activities, everything is an open source kind of thing. A lot of other libraries are there which works with image processing, but OpenCV is one of the standard in that. So we are going to use OpenCV library in our sessions. Okay, fine. So if you want to print any statements on the output screen, you can use the print functions. Okay. So I just printed the project title, what it does like that. Then sleep one means 1 second delay. So I'm just giving a 1 second delay in the code. So as per the requirement, whenever it is required, we can use it. Now, So here cv2 dot I am read. So I am reading this image. Okay. So the first argument is your image file name. You have to mention the extension also, means the file extension, for the type of the file. And here one means read it in the color format. Okay. So we are reading in the color format. So once I read this cv2 dot I am read, so the complete image content means this is the image, right, which is there in the computer. So now this image content will be taken inside the variable img. Clear? So you can give any variable name here, img. So I had given as an img something, so it is there inside. Then I am show input image. So I had given the, now I am show means it will be shown in the program, means it's going to open that image and it will show. So this is the image which it is showing. So I had given the frame name as an input image. So any name you can give there. So right now I had given input image and I had given the file name of it. So it is opening that image. So programmatically I am opening an image. I am reading the image through my program and I am just opening it. Okay, this is the another function I am show, which is there in the OpenCV library. So just I have given a print statement, first print done. So here you can see that a print statement, right? Then next is I am read same image. I am reading with the argument 0. When you read the argument 0, that is stored in, I am storing it in image 1. Again, I am applying I am show. When you are reading it with the argument 0, it is read in the format of a grayscale. So you can see here gray, the file that I am show frame name I had given as a gray image. So you can see this here, grayscale, right? So the second argument of this function I am read is related to the color image or a grayscale image. 1 means color image and 0 is the grayscale. So grayscale as a look wise, we can see like it is looking in the format of a black and white combination. Okay. So that you can observe in your systems once you have executed this. This is with a color combination and this is with a black and white combinations. Fine. So later I'll explain the grayscale meaning, all those things. So just as a look wise, we can observe like it looks like a black and white combination. So next you can see here while true. Okay, so this is a loop, right? While, for, do, while, all those are the looping concepts. So these are the basic programming tools which we get in our C programs also. So while true, so it's a true loop. It will enter inside the loop now. Now cv2 dot wait key. Wait key is a function where it's going to take the input from your keyboard. Now it's going to access your keyboard. So where what are the key you press with your keyboard, right? That will be stored in the variable k. Then I am giving you some of you not muted. Yeah, I request all of you just mute it as you log in. Okay. Right. Okay. So if k is equal to 27, see 27 is the ASCII key, ASCII value for the escape key. In our keyboard, escape key is there, right? For that, there is an ASCII value which is 27 that we are using here. Okay. So once you press an escape key, what it will happen is destroy all windows. cv2 dot destroy all windows. So means all these windows which has opened, right? Everything will get closed, and break will take the control out of the while loop. So the code will come out of the while now, and you will find a statement project end. So right now our code is executing inside this while loop. So now code is running. So what it is happening is it will check the while true. Again, it will check if else if. So none of the conditions are true. So it's repeating inside this loop. See here only the first print done. After that our image show is come. This project and statement we are not finding here, right? That means that the code is here. The code with our processor is continuously checking this code, like any of the keyboard is pressed or not, any of the key is pressed or not. So now what I'll do is to press your key, you have to select any one of this image. Okay, your mouse has to be clicked on any one of this image. Right now I'll press escape. So once I press escape, see, you can see that project and statement came, right? And both those frames got closed because we have mentioned here destroy all windows and last statement as a. So after that break is there, so it will come out of the while loop. Then project and statement we are going to see here. Done. So this is the one type of the output. Now I'll close this. Again, I'll execute the code. Now, in this while loop, there is another else if condition. Okay, else if you can see for the letter S. If I press the letter S, so that is the lowercase letter. Once I press this letter S, I am right. Output image store means it's going to store the image in the output screen. Okay, that we'll see now. See, I'll see now. Now only two color images are there, right? So I'll select any one of the image like this. Then I'm pressing letter S in the keyboard. Once I press it, see the output file has been stored here. So I had given the file name should be output image store, so that you can observe it here. So output image store. So then again close all the windows and project end. That project end statement also we can see. Done. So this project you can check it running twice, one by pressing escape key and another one by pressing A double equals that I'll tell you. Okay. One by pressing escape key and another one by pressing a letter S. So both the type of outputs, all of you can check once. So both the methods of outputs you can test it. See, whenever you are analyzing the codes, your code and output you can keep like this left and right side method. So every line and whenever we write code, try to use maximum of the print statement. So that makes that to check with the output like up to what level the code has been executed and all. Okay. So if anyone is having any doubts regarding this, you can clarify. I'll explain. Right now I got one chat. I'll update regarding this also. Okay. Still any other doubts, any discussions are there, you can send it in a chat now. Okay. Fine. Now see few things I want to explain with this code only. This is our first code, right? So about the C syntax, all those things I want to explain. So now so here to comment out any line, comments means the lines which won't get executed. Okay. So to comment out any line in Python, we use the hash. Okay. Hash. So I'm removing the hash here. So you can find some print statement I had given for this image. So what I had done is here, first I read this image, right, in the color format. Then I had given it print. Now I'll execute this code. I'll just close this window. And again I'm executing, just removing the hash, the commented line I had removed it. See, now you can see a lot of matrix we are able to find here, right? So can anyone tell like what is this? Any one member? Pixels. Okay.
Pixel point.
Right. So pixel points. See, so the first point what I want to explain here is, see, when we are reading the image for the user, for us it is everything like a color, all those things, right? For us everything is a color format which we can recognize, red, green, like this, and also the image is in the color format, right? For us it's in this format. But how the computer reads? For a computer, image is read in the format of a numbers, some numbers, because for all the everything for computer it is in the number format, right? So here, see, the complete image is copied into this variable. When I'm printing that variable, we can find like it is in some matrix combinations, right? So the numbers for image converting into matrix, all these things are done by the Numpy library. Okay. So I hope now we understood the use of Numpy. Now we'll see some basics about images now. So in my PPT, if you go to the last slides, so here I have kept some small explanation about an image. Yeah. So now I'm speaking about basics about the images. Okay. So now this is the image what we look, right? Like it's in the color, we can recognize what is there inside. So we know that there are some 3 dogs and all, right? Now if you want a computer to tell like there are 3 dogs, or it has to tell the this one species of this dog, okay, like what type of dog it is, if you want it to recognize, or assume like inside this image there is one mobile, one computer is there, or a mobile is there and a human picture is there. So if the computer has to recognize automatically in this image what all contents are there, means that is not at all an easy task for a computer. It goes with a very big cycle where human is having all those features just by seeing through our eyes with all our knowledge. A kid, even a child of after 10 years, what all the products in his front he can see and he can tell it out. He can name those things. He can speak some 4 to 5 points about each product, right? But right now we don't have that kind of computers at present. So in our day-to-day life, we are not having it. Okay, that kind of system. So these are the systems in future we are able to see it with the support of AI and ML kind of thing. And that is not an easy task. As we go on with our sessions, you'll come to know that still it is not at all an easy task at all. Okay, so okay, so this is the image which we can recognize very easily, and computer sees this image in this format which we call with a lot of numbers. So you can see this for a computer, everything is an array or a matrix of a pixel values. Now assume this is an image of a 10 by 10. 10 by 10 means there are 10 rows and 10 columns that we can see for every image also. Now this image, if you want to see, right click on it, go to the properties. So properties, details. So here you can find, right? So 224 by 224, this is the pixel value of that image. So same way this one, if you want to see, go to the properties, details. So it's 188 by 268. So what does it mean? So it's having 180 rows and 268 columns, or vice versa kind of thing, right? So the first may be the row or first may be the column, any one method. So now assume this is an image of 10 by 10. So it's having 10 rows and 10 columns. So total 100 pixels means 100 dot. Every image is a combination of a dot. Each dot is called as a pixel value, and that pixel will be having one number which we call technically as an intensity value. Clear? Now all this, if I tell an image is of 10 by 10, 10 into 10, 100. So 100 pixels or a 100 dot kind of thing, where each pixel will be having a value which varies from 0 to 255, which called as an intensity value. So it can be 20, 30, 100, 210, 250, whatever it is. So 0 to 255, that is 2 power 8, right? So it's a 1 byte length. Each pixel is of 1 byte length. Okay, clear? Now the next point is when we tell a color image, any color combination is formed with a combination of a RGB color, that is the red, green, and blue. So based on the library packages and the software, somewhere it is considered RGB or BGR level. Okay, so basically these three are the standard colors. With this color combination only, like you can get a white color also, you can get a black color also. So that is the theory about the color, what we know, right? So now when I tell this is an image of 10 by 10, 10 into 10 into 3. So it will be having a 3 layers, one layer of R, one layer of G, and one layer of B. Clear? So the same thing I have mentioned here. So all of you can just go through with that. So when I tell an image of a JPEG or any other formats, here 480 by 480 is mentioned. So into 3. So that is 3 layers of one is R, one is G, and one is B. Now, so 10 by 10 example, if I take, when I tell this is an image of 10 by 10 means 10 into 10, so 100 pixels, 100 pixels of R layer, 100 of G, 100 of B. So total this image size is of 300 pixels, where each pixel is a number which varies from 0 to 255. 255 means 2 power 8, that is 1 byte, right? So this image is of a 300 bytes, that is the size of this image. Clear? Okay. So 0 to 255 is the pixel value. Clear? Now, when I tell as a grayscale image, so grayscale means it will be of only single layer. Instead of 3 layer, it will be converted into a single layer. And that single layer where each pixel number will vary from 0 to 255, where 0 represents white means 255 will represent as a black. Okay, or vice versa, any one method. Clear? So this is the basics about the image and a grayscale image. So why we have to do grayscale, that I'll explain in the next. Color images means it will be of 3 layers. And intensity values for calculations internally, it is going to consider in the matrix format. Then now see, in tomorrow's sessions I'll be speaking about some basics of Python programming. Okay, like who are don't know about some of the basic programming methods or something. So little bit I'll speak about the tools in some 1 or 2 sessions tomorrow. Okay. So now I'll just give a small comparison since we all studied in our life C, right? So till this Python means if you consider 3 or 4 years back, everyone were telling like C is the basic language, C is the basic language you have to learn like that, right? So today I'll just compare a little bit with the C now. Only 2-3 points. I'll just give a small comparisons. Okay. So in tomorrow sessions we'll see like now why Python is required, all those things. Now see, normally in C, what we do at the end of the statement, we put like this semicolons. Okay, so that and all is removed in the Python. Those things are not used. Okay. Second thing is when you go with if, else if, we'll be mentioning in C as ELS, else if like this. Means the keyword methods has been different. Else if, so here EL only is used. Then for normally for loops and if conditional statements in Python, we are putting colons. This and all won't come in the C program. Means the way of writing the program syntax methods are quite different. Okay, that is the one thing. And when you get into any other different languages, the way of writing the code, syntax methods and all will differ. Okay, so like this here also some differences we are able to see. Okay, I'll just get back to this. Yeah. So small syntax differences and all we'll find here. That is when we write in C codes and all, we were supposed to use like this flower braces, right? Flower brackets and all, we were using it. So to tell that block, like if block or a while block, to represent that, we were using the flower brackets. In Python, there is nothing called as a flower brackets and all. Here, the blocks are identified with the space indent. We use the word called as an indent. Here you can see like indent, de-indent like that, right? So indent means now see inside this while this full of quotes will come. Now inside this if block these 2 lines will come. Inside this else if these 3 lines will come. So for that we have given indent. Now if I remove the indent, see here I had given a tab. So if you give a tab up to there it is going, or if you can give a space also like this. Okay. So now for this also I'll remove. So now I had changed the indent here, right? So I'm running this. So this code is getting executed. There is no problem at all. It is getting executed. Just remove, I'll comment it this part. Okay. Now, so what I had done here is now before the space was more, now I reduced the space. I had given only single space, but both the lines which belongs to if both I have maintained the same spacing. Now, if you are not doing that, see here there is a single space. Instead of for this if I'll give one more space extra. So when you are doing this, it will pop up an error and it will tell like unexpected indent. So the spacing's indenting method has to be perfect. So since there is nothing called as a flower brackets here. So the indenting methods, you can go with a single space also, or you can go with the tab space also. So that I'll show you de-indent. So all the codes came into the beginning, right? So now say I'll give a tab. I'll select this. So now I increase the space. It's not like single space is required. Now I've given a tab. For these 2 lines, what I'll do is I'll just maintain again I'll give a tab, right? So here I'll try to maintain a single space. But in that block, the spacing you go with a single or with a block tab, that should be maintained equally. See, this is one block with the if condition. So all 3 lines are with a single. So here I had given a little bit more space using the tab key. But in this, these 2 lines will come in the if block. So I had maintained an equal one. So that time there is no issue. Any one method you can follow. So normally I'll go with the tab methods in my code. Okay. Clear? So space indenting is very important when we write a lengthy codes, big codes and all, right? If you're not managing this indenting method correctly, it will pop up errors. Clear? That is one important thing. Now, one of you asked in the chat board, in the chat regarding double equals, right? See here, when you're putting an if condition, you should mention two equals, single equals. If you mention, this will become as an all-time true statement because this 27 value will be assigned to the k. Single equals means the right hand content pass it to the left side, like that it is. Okay. Double equals acts as a conditional statement. So now it's going to check by the condition. What is the value in k? It will compare with 27. Both are matching means the if is true, like that it is. Clear? So we have to give two equals. Normally in C compilers, it won't pop up here errors and all. Here I'll just see like an error comes. Okay, here it is giving an error. In C and all these things, it won't allow. It won't check those things. The compiler won't check and it won't pop up errors for that. Okay, so here it is showing an error for that. Okay, that is one thing. Second, one more doubt was there. How many black and how many white pixels in grayscale for a 10 by 10? See, black and white pixel. Okay. See, now if you considering this is the grayscale image, right? See, this top corner you are able to find, no? 1 pixel you assume with that left side top corner, okay? So it is more on black. So assume black means 255. So that time this number will be the first pixel number may be more than 230 or 250 like that, okay? Now here you can see one fully white dot, right? So this pixel value will be around 0, 1, 5, 10 like that. So that is the grayscale. So here if you see the stomach portions and all, it is with a gray, right? So gray means it's a combination of white and black. So here the number may be around somewhere around 100, 150 or in that range. Like that it is, okay. So every pixel if you want to read, that is a different method. We have to see with the codes and all. Which pixel exactly required to understand or not, but basically it's a combination of a grayscale image. Each pixel is a combination of a black and white, means in that range, where 0 if I consider fully white means 255 will be fully black, like that is. Yeah. Okay, so any other doubts? So now I'll move to the next code. See, this is a simple code where I try to explain like what is the image and all, just to understand the image, how it works, how the computer sees that, and some small functions about the libraries. So we understood how to use the libraries in our code. Okay, so like that, fine. So now I'll close this. I'll move to the next code now. So the next is you can execute camera video flip. So all of you can open in your computer this code. So open it and execute it. So this is going to access your laptop cameras. Okay. So now I'll just execute this code first, then I'll explain it. So now it's going to access my laptop camera. So the camera has been accessed now, clear? And I'm just waiting to do some movements. Now I'll press letter Q in the keyboard so you can see that project end. Okay. So and you can see like one output video has been saved. So I'll just open it and I'll play this. So it's a video, okay. So I'm accessing my camera and I'm playing sorry, I'm saving that video and I just opened it now. See, I moved my both the hands, right? So that has been saved here. Clear? Okay. Done. So now we'll come back to the code part. See, in the previous code, we accessed the image. Now, second code, we are seeing to access our real-time camera, right? So videos and all, fine. So again, similar libraries, Numpy, OpenCV, time and all, some print statement, delay. So we'll come directly to this statement. So CV2 dot video capture. So video capture is a function where CV2 is the library package dot video capture. Now your laptop camera, when I'm calling this function, right, with the argument 0, it will access the built-in laptop camera. Okay. If you are changing this argument from 0 to 1 or 2 means you can connect external webcams also. Clear? This argument from 0 to 1 or 2, if you go means we can go use the external webcams. USB based webcam will get now. That also we can use. 0 means it's a built-in laptop camera. In some of your computers for this line, if it is creating any error means instead of 0, try to give 1 over there. Clear? Okay. So now the camera reference is been given to this variable called cap. So you can give any name for this. One more thing, see the Python programming comes with C and with the OOPS concepts also. A lot of things are there. Okay. Actually, if you get into the depth of Python programming, this is not called only as a variable. There are some other like with the data types, names, all those things. But I don't have to make it more confused and all. So I'm just using a simple word as a variable and this as a functions. Okay. So in depth, if you go and seeing, it will be an objects of a class also. Other different things will be there. So to make the things to understand in a simple way, I'm just referring these things as a functions and these as a variables. Clear? Okay. So done. So in this line, I am activating my laptop camera and I'm keeping it in a reference of a variable called cap. Next is, see now here I'm trying to camera video, right? To work with the video, we need some players, no? Like songs, if you want to play, if you want to run any video and all, we need something called as a player in the computers, right? So the players are required. For that reference, this is one function with the library where we are activating something called as a player kind of thing, and for that name has been given 4cc. Clear? Okay. Then CV2 video write. So now here I am going to save the video, the real-time camera. I'm capturing a video of it. I'm saving it in a file. It's a live continuously. It will be saving it till I close the code, right? So to save that one, I am giving the reference as an output, the file name as an output, and it will be with a file format of .abi. And this is the software reference, which comes, all this comes with the support of OpenCV only, and the frame size and all has been mentioned, right? Then while cap is open, so if the camera is working correctly and all this, then it will be a true statement. It will come inside here. Then cap.read. Read is a function where I'm going to read. See, when we tell a video, again, it's a bunch of images only, right? So it's going to read the one image at that point of time, whatever the image is running. So it's going to read that image and it will pass it into the frame, right? So if the reading and all is correct and all, the return value will be true again. So it's going to check it's true or not. Once it is true, flip. So this I'll tell again later. So whatever the data is there, I am going to write it, output write. So the out reference I had given here. So frame. So one by one image I am reading from that camera and I am pushing into the output file here. Okay. So all the images are pushed over there. Then I am show. So I am opening that also. I am showing it. Okay. After that wait key where I am checking with the letter Q is pressed or not. Once you press the letter Q, break. So the code will come out of the while loop, right? So it will come out of the while loop, then release your camera, close your output saving file, destroy all the windows and project end. Clear? So in this code, we are accessing the camera and we are saving it in the video file format. Now there is one more function called flip. Flip means it's going to vertically wise, it's going to reverse the images. So in that case, if instead of argument 1, I'll make it 0 now. And I'll run it. So you can observe that the video is flipped, right? So I'll press letter Q in the keyboard. So it's closed. Now you go and see the output. So the video is saved now with the flipped one. Clear? Okay. So all of you can execute it. If you are facing any issues, you can coordinate. Any doubts are there, you can clarify. So I'll wait for some 3 to 5 minutes now. So all of you can check both the codes, and till now whatever I explained, the doubts can be clarified. Again, after 5 minutes, I'll continue with the session. Hello. Okay. So now I'll continue with the next part. So everything is clear, right? So any doubts? Okay. So now we just completed our second code where we access the camera also, right? So these are all some basics functions about the image processing and all, where we try to open the image, save a image, then again our camera part, saving a video, all those things we understand. Now we'll get to the next concept. You can open the code background subtraction. All members can open the code in the background subtraction. There is a folder background subtraction here. Background delete one code is there, that we'll see later. Right now you can get inside the folder background subtraction. So Subtractor emoji is there. So all of you can just open that code. So and you can execute it. So you can find like here there is a video running with the vehicle now. Some vehicle movement, one video is there, right? So, and there is one output one where black and white combinations we can see, where all the videos, sorry, the vehicles are represented in a white color. Okay. So I press escape key to close it. Okay. So in the code, there is a comment here. If you change the comment now, that highway.mp4, that I had made it comment, and camera part I had removed now. So now this code works for the real-time camera also. So now you can see like that. I'll just come on the camera. Just a moment. Okay, I'll just execute from first now. So right, I'm out of the camera area, so you can see that one fan is running in the room. So that fan rotation you can observe here, right? So now I'll try to move my hand. Again, it is removed. Whenever the movement is there, that is tracked, right? So if I keep my hand still over there, see? So if I move, that detection is happening. So if I keep my hand completely still, see that almost it's getting removed. And the movement, as soon as the movement happens, that is completely represented with the white color. Okay. So now we'll see what it is and all. So all of you can just execute the code in both the methods with the vehicle, with your real-time camera. All of you can execute and see in your computer. Just in 2 minutes, I'll explain it now. Okay, so now we'll get to the code part. So again, import libraries Numpy. So video capture is the function which is used for real-time camera. If the argument, if you're mentioning 0, then it will be a laptop camera. If you want to use any videos stored in your computer, you can just mention that video name, or that means the file name with the extension. Okay, even it works for the stored videos also. Okay, so I had given in this folder, you can find that vehicle movement highway videos, right? So that I have mentioned here. So now our video is taken into the reference of the variable cap, right? Then you can find here create background subtractor. So I had given this project name as a background subtraction. Now we'll see what is the background subtraction. Okay. See the word background subtraction, background subtract. With that only we'll come to know like whatever your background is that you are going to subtract it like that, right? So now this is one algorithm. See, we will use the word called as an algorithm where there are some steps of process will be involved in that one to get some specific outputs. Clear? So those are called as generally as in a simple way we can call it as an algorithm. Clear? Okay. So background subtraction is one of the concept or one algorithm which is used in image processing methods. This normally this is not used like a end final to get some final output or with a major algorithm part and all. Generally, if you want to achieve some outputs, there will be some multiple stages involved. In that one, background subtraction will act as a one stage. Okay, so one small we can consider a small algorithm kind of thing. Okay, so background subtraction acts as a one stage. When you get some images or videos or something, you apply background subtraction, you will get some result. Then you apply something, then you apply something, then you get some output for it. Now assume like one application now. I want to do the vehicle counting in a road. Some road surveys you have to do. Normally all the civil companies and all, they will do all these road surveys and all whenever they want to make a new road or repair based on some years and all. There are some methods in civil. They have to do the survey of this. They have to see the regular traffic in those roads. Okay. So that time they have to do the vehicle count. So if you want to do the vehicle count, you can run this. Okay. So what it's going to do, the background, the still things, whatever the non-movement things are there, right? Still things, everything will be removed. So how that is removed means it will keep one image as a reference, the first image. Then the second image comes, no, it's going to minus between those two. Now assume there is a road where there is no vehicle at all. Okay. So one image will be captured by the camera. So it is having the road image, right? So normally in the roads, other things, movement and all won't be there. Now one vehicle came. That is the second image it's going to capture. Or assume that there is no vehicle now. Second image is captured. Both it's going to subtract. So in both the images are almost same. So you'll get everything output as a black. Now another one vehicle came. That image when you subtract it from the first image, then you'll only the vehicle, the new sorry, the new movement what has been detected, that is represented with the white. So like that the background subtraction works internally. Means two images, it's going to apply simple subtraction and masking methods over there. Fine. Okay. To do these things, there will be a number of steps. It's not like it happens in a single line, but for that we have a libraries and all. And there is a in our OpenCV library, all the respective functions are there. You can use it. So here there is a create background subtractor emoji, something is there. See, to solve the background subtraction problem, again we may get multiple types of algorithms or different types of methods. Like one person called Shashi, he will be telling if you do this kind of steps and all, the background subtraction output or accuracy will be like this. Now we are seeing there is a lot of noise also, right? In the output, lot of white dots that and all were coming. Okay. So if you go to another type of algorithm, no, this algorithm works for these kind of condition and this is good for background subtraction. Another algorithm, this will tell like, okay, for this kind of input, this kind of output, this is really works better. So we get multiple algorithms also. There is nothing called like to do this job, there is only one algorithm. Okay, again, multiple methods will be there. Since this is our study sessions and all, I'm just taking one example and I'm using it. Okay, fine. So now coming back to the code part, I hope like all of you understood like what is background subtraction. See how I am gradually changing my programs and all this. First two codes we saw just to access the images and videos and all. Now we are entering into the simple algorithm concepts. Okay, because when we tell image processing, if you want to get into the field of image processing, there are some basics level 50, 20 or 30 types of algorithms or the methods which we need to learn. Then the combination of applying these methods and algorithms you will be using for different types of applications or different types of outputs. Some noise removing methods will be there, some filtering methods will be there, thresholding method. So different things will come into the image processing concepts. Here some 2-3 we'll see as an example. So first is the, so I'll explain the code now. First is the library, then video capture function. Here I'm taking the static video which is stored in my computer and that is copied into the variable cap. Then I'm activating my algorithm background subtraction, some arguments for that. Okay, so I'm activating it and that algorithm reference I have taken inside the subtractor. Now while loop, so I'm reading the one image cap.read. So through camera I'm taking one image. So here, sorry, cap is a variable. Here I'm taking the video. So the video will open, from that one image will be captured and that is passed to the algorithm, that is the subtractor. So the subtractor will do the job and that we get it. So your actual frame, what we read and what is the masked one. So both frames are shown in the output screen I am shown. So then in the wait key, I am checking like here 27 means when you press escape key, you'll come out of the while loop, then destroy all the windows, project end. Clear? Okay, Aisha madam has replied like just now completed installations. Okay, no problem. Till now I just explained two codes. You can just execute the next code. If you are not done with the library installations and all means, again you can coordinate in the evening sessions. I had given my team members numbers. They will support you with the installation, madam. Okay, fine. So all of you can just run this code again. See the another application, like one is the vehicle count I told. Now if you want to do intruder tracking, intruder detections or intruder tracking, if you want to do means, again this background subtraction we can use it. Like now room is there, storeroom or something. Okay, so locked, no one is going to go inside that now. So at that time you'll keep on CCTV camera, so it will capture the room present image. So if any human comes with, that can be detected, right? That because it's going to take the difference with the stored image and with the running live images, right? So any differences is find out, it can pop up a message or it can give an alarm, it can send notifications to the concerned authority. So that and all can be done. So in that full project, subtraction acts as a part of it. Okay, so these are the small algorithms which will come in the image processing steps. Okay, the ML operations and all, because to work with the machine learning, as I told initially, data. So data comes with the images. So we are just working with the image processing now. Clear? Okay. So till now I completed 3 codes. Any doubts, any clarifications are there? All of you can just coordinate with me now. So I hope like all of you are executing these codes in your systems and everything is working fine. And few members who have mentioned like some problems are there, you can coordinate with our team after these sessions and you can solve all those problems. Okay, so just say and update me any issues are there, means. Okay, and one more thing regarding, especially with the machine learning part. Okay, say right now, whatever we are speaking, the terms, technologies, some of the definitions, we can consider the field of AI and ML. It is only in something like it is in the nursery stage. Okay, so it has to still grow up. There is a big technology change has to happen. Like it is our next generation level topic. Okay, like how we can speak technical, how the technical word changes when computer came, the whole world got changed, right? So in the period of 90s, 95 and all, the computers started off using. So from 2000, everyone were dependent on the computer systems. So similar way, when I tell about mobiles, so in the period of 2000, mobile started off coming, right? From 2005, 8 and all, everyone started off using the mobile, right? So we are dependent on it. The mobile changed the next generations, right? So whatever the mobile we have now, no one thought in the period of 2000 the mobile future will be like this, right? Where every human count will be equivalent to one mobile, like that, right? So no one thought in the period of 2000. So that is a one generation change with respect to technology. Again, when internet came into the mobiles from past 5, 6 or 7, 8 years, where from 2014, 15 or 15, 16 periods, in that period when we saw start of a very easily flexible way, when we started off using internet in our mobile, that is one generation change, because now we are dependent of at least some 10 apps in our life, right? That was not there in before. Clear, no? So this is how the generation change happens. So similar way, the machine learning or AI, what we are speaking, so this is for the next generation, which goes for the where we can speak for the after next 10 years. It's not like at this point only we get some results in front of our life over the period of 20 years what mobile we have now, right? So same way the machine learning or AI is spoken with respect to the next generation. After 10 years something else will come out in this. And today whatever the technical terms I'm speaking here, I don't know, like all these libraries or these terms may be in future or may not be in future, we don't know that. Okay, because this has to change. This is just in the nursery level, because later we'll see like data when you are telling, say if you keep a camera daily, it will run daily, the huge data will come, right? That much data our computers are not so much strong to execute at all. You can read it in the internets and all regarding neural networks. So a lot of our codes, even I work for different educational projects and all. So a lot of our computers will get hanged for that. If you are running around some 5,000 images and all to build a neural network model for it, it will get hanged. Okay. So right now even our computers are not in that level. So all this AI ML, but usage has been started. Where they are using it, they are using everything in a small modules. We tell with this one, right? What the spams mails and all in our computers, Gmail spam mails and all comes, no? So to detect that one, they are using a concepts of ML. Right now all our e-portals, shopping portals are there, right? So they are tracking a lot of our activities with respect to the ML methods, the behaviors. So like this in different product, as a small portion of it to do some task, they are using it. In a future, everything will change. The big change has to happen in these fields. Okay. Because I am telling about some topic. After 1 month, if you see start up reading something in internet, you may get some new words or some words may be outdated. We don't know that one. So just I want to convey that message. 100% everything has to change. This is just in the beginning level. Like we can tell, we can consider like right now the cycle in front of it. So in future it has to become a bike. After that it has to become a car. Then it has to become a plane. So there is a big journey for the AI and ML field. Okay, and we can't tell like bike is an improved version of a car is an improved version of a bike. Paris is totally different and bike technology is totally different, right? So the overall what we are speaking as a technical layer completely it has to change once. So that changes will happen in future, okay, with respect to these fields. Okay. So fine. So all of you executed these codes. Any issues? Sample codes through mail. Okay. See, mail for all of you, I can't send it. Again, I'll make a Google Drive and I'll send it. Huh? Okay, codes. But so from WhatsApp, downloading is very easy. See, you can connect your computers. In your computer, you can connect the WhatsApp and you can just download it. Because this is a general method which I follow. All the codes what I've sent, no? So here only the contents are there. You can just download it. The WhatsApp you have to connect to the computer. That's it. What? They are not getting download in WhatsApp. If you click this button, the download option is not. Okay. This will come. See, if any problems is there through any desk, I'll just check it out once. Okay. See, the problem what happens is since these are like exe files and all will be there, no? The Google Drive it won't allow it also. That's why you face some problem, I believe. Even I'll try. This is of 26 MB. After zipping it, I'll just see like if possible, I'll try to send this one through mail link or something or with the Google Drive. Okay. But in WhatsApp, the thing should happen easily. Any one code you want me to send? Okay, send your email ID, I'll send it. Send your mail ID, I'll send the codes in the mail also.
Shashi, sir.
Yes, sir.
Send the code to my email ID. I'll forward to all the participants.
Sure, sir. Okay. I'll do it.
I can share it for them.
Fine. So after this sessions, I'll do that one. So all the code content, everything, I'll just send it to the sir mail ID. So later they'll share it. Fine. Okay. Done. So we saw background subtraction, right? So I'll just execute the next code. So all of you can just go through it once. So I can explain this one by tomorrow's session also, or today only I'll complete it. So the next code is image edge detections. Image edge detection. So the code is there. So I'll execute this code now. So you can see like here one input image, a cycle image I have taken. So it's little bit the color, right? Cycle image. So that has been converted into grayscale, and here grayscale black and white, and you can find the edges over here, right? So the full image is converted in the edge format. So I have to close this. Once I close this one, no? So again, one more window will open. Now you can find again the edges are there with some other formats, right? So there it was a combination of a dotted line. As a visualization, we can see that there is a difference, right? So the previous edge detection was with the dotted line. We can see like it looks a little bit like 3D. These two are so different form of getting the edges. Okay. So you can change the input. I kept more images here. So I'll take our actors image. So here I am read is there, no? So I'm just changing the file name. So and I'm executing it now. So this is much better to observe. So you can see this is the color image, the grayscale one. So I'm just printing in a bigger format. So we can find the grayscale here. So and we can observe how the edges has been identified, right? So once I close this, so here also the edges with some different methods. Okay. So all of you can just glance the code once. I'll start with the explanation. Execute this code in your computer. Just glance it once. Okay. Okay. So I'll just start with the explanation now. So first part is the libraries, right? So I'll just run it and get the output. I'll minimize this. Right. So first is the library. So here we are finding the next one more library called matplotlib. Matplotlib is for get the graphical visualizations. Okay. When we installed matplotlib and one more as a cborn. Matplotlib and cborn both are completely used to get the graphical output, graphical visualizations. Okay. So we'll find using this library in different of our other codes also. Later we can observe those things. So matplotlib is completely for the graphical visualization. Someone has some. Okay. Okay. So matplotlib is the new package what we are using here. So matplotlib and one more is the cborn. Both we installed in the beginning of the class. So both these packages are related to graphical visualizations. If you want to see the data in the graphical format, we'll be using these packages. Okay. Now CV2 I am read this is the input image with the argument 1. I am reading it. So once you read that image, after that I am show versional. So this is the first image which I am opening and showing it. Fine. Okay. Next. See this argument instead of 1, if we make it 0, we can read it in the grayscale. There is one function also where we can convert it. Okay. So convert our BGR image into grayscale. So here using this function, I'm converting it, and CVT color is one standard function where I can even when we get into technical now, the image colors are in different formats. We get some HSV format, other different formats are there. Okay, you can take it in a BGA format or RGB format. So like that, multiple formats are available. So here we are using grayscale method. So we are converting it. Okay. See why grayscale conversion is required means lot of our algorithms internally it works for the grayscale format. Okay. For a user to see image, the color is required. But to work backend on it technically, to detect the actual inputs or to detect something in the image, at the maximum of the applications, color format is not required. Okay. So if you convert into grayscale, the handling the images will be much more easier and the whole size will reduce, because as I explained in the beginning, any image it is of 3 layers, so 3 times of that size, right? So grayscale is a single layer right now. So I took an example of 10 by 10 image, 10 rows and 10 columns. So 3 layers means it's a 300 bytes. But if you go to the grayscale, it's 100 bytes. So the size reduces means your working execution speed and all will reduce. So these are the 2-3 reasons are there where maximum of the image processing algorithm, image processing steps are done with the grayscale. So the first step in the image processing is you convert your color into grayscale. So your size reduced. Clear? Then go for the next thing. Like that, the other steps will come like a size compressions and all. Because for some of the applications, bigger size is not required. You can reduce the size also. So based on your application, different methods are applied. Like this, we can consider some 25-30 different steps will be there. Based on the required output and based on the input, we can plan the way of using it, the sequence of using it. Fine. Okay. So simple point to understand is always in image processing, at many point of time, color formats are not required. So straight away, your first step, read the image, read all the data, input data, what you have, convert into grayscale. Okay. Then use it. So here using a CVT color function, I have converted into grayscale and I have shown in the output screen. Done. Now, so you can see the function cv2.canny. So this is the canny edge detection function. Yeah. So this is the canny edge detection function. For that, I am passing my grayscale image. Okay. Once you pass your grayscale image for this canny edge detection function, so it is detecting the edges. So it's just a single line where you have to pass your data in the grayscale format. Once you pass that data in the grayscale format, the edge detection has been done. So canny edge detection also is one of the algorithm, like how we took an algorithm like background subtraction, right? Even edge detection also multiple types are there. In that, one standard method is the canny. Detecting in the line format is used in many applications. So this is one format. So normally if I have a vehicle car image and all, if I want to detect the number of that image, canny edge detections are used. Okay. So this is one method. Like that, for different application, edge detections are used again. Okay. So one example you can consider to identify the number plate, vehicle number, license plate and all. If you want to detect for the full image, first you can get into the edge detection step. Later, other process can be done. Fine. Okay. So next is a plot figure. Plot PLT means see, that is for the matplotlib. For matplot library, I am keeping a short name as PLT. PLT.fig. So I'm just finalizing the figure size. So this is the overall figure. If you want, you can reduce that size also, figure size here. Then subplot 1 to 1 means there is 1 row, 2 column and the first data. So this is the 1 row and 2 column. This column 1, this is the second column and the first data 1 to 1. So in that one, whatever input image, I am using my grayscale image to show over there. So I am show. Then title and all, if you want anything, X, Y coordinates, X names and Y portion names and all, if you want to represent, you can add it over there. Okay. So after that, 1, 2, 2. So first row, 2 columns and 1 row, 2 column and a second data. So that I am taking the edge image and I am printing it. So plot show plot dot show, when this statement executes, right? So your plot will be open like this. and the code has been altered at this level only. The code has not executed. Whenever we go for plot show, the plot will be opened and the code will resume at that point. Now you can find the edges here. Once you close this, the code will get into the next level. So here, same how I did with the canny edge detections, there are other methods of finding some different types of edges or filtering methods where you can observe in the output format. So one is the Laplacian and another one is the Sobel. So both methods I am just printing it, again passing my grayscale data, and now I am making the next plot where I am taking data into all the four images I am printing here. Okay, so you can see the next plot here, 2, 2, 1 means 2 rows, 2 columns, first data. So in that format, I am just showing all the 4 images here. Clear? So all of you can run these things, both the codes. So any doubts, anything is there, you can just clarify. So by this, I am ending up today's sessions. Again, tomorrow's part will continue.
Sorry to interrupt, Shashi.
Yes, sir.
So I request all the participants, just I share the feedback link. So all of you requested to fill the feedback form. So along with the test question paper also, just now I shared. I request all the attendees fill the feedback form as well as write the question paper, write the test, which consists of multiple questions, multiple choice questions. Yeah, please continue, Ashish.
All right. So in today's class session, means in this afternoon session, we saw some 3 to 4 examples. So working with the camera and images, and we saw 2 algorithms. One was the background subtraction and another one was the edge detections. So how to use this small concepts with the support of OpenCV library, I have explained it. So all of you can go through with these codes and all. So I'll send the email methods also today by evening to sir's mail ID. So any doubts are there, you can contact us and you can clarify again in the tomorrow's class.